It looks like a huge flood is about to take place on the Fortnite island because the bugs that corrupted the outposts and locations like Utopia City has now moved on to tunnels and dams underneath our island. The cracks are starting to show and soon it's going to be too much for this dam. This is the Great Flood.
A stopped river will overflow or burst through the dam. Water, when boiled, becomes steam. When frozen, it becomes ice. It nourishes and it drowns. In River Guard, we survive, we adapt, whether it's the Fox Clan or the Great Flood.
If you go to this outpost near a canyon crossing, you will meet this character called Mizuki. Mizuki is a member of this clan called River Guard, which was introduced all the way back in Chapter 4. And by the way, Chapter 4 plays a huge part and can explain to us exactly what is happening on this island, which I will get to in just a little bit. But as you heard in that conversation, Mizuki mentions the dam and this flood, and the only dam we have on this island is this one right over here, and is actually holding a huge amount of water. Now the very first thing she says is a stopped river will overflow or burst through the dam. Now she says a stopped river. Now if you look at this, all this water that has been collected right here is not a lake. This is in fact a river, and the dam is actually stopping this river from flowing. And she says a stopped river will overflow or burst through the dam. And she also mentions the word drown. Is she trying to say that everyone on the island is going to drown at some point because of this flood? And then finally she says in River Guard, again it's her clan, we survive, we adapt, whether it's the Fox Clan or the Great Flood. Now, first of all, why did she mention the Fox Clan? Again, when I explain to you about Chapter 4, I will explain why she's saying that she survived the Fox Clan. But for now, let's focus on the part where she says the River Guard survived the Great Flood. Now, this tells us that this isn't the very first time the Oninoshima Island has suffered a Great Flood. In fact, you can find the evidence of this flood throughout the island, especially if you go towards the north of the island. You can still find water deposits everywhere created by this flood that took place 1,000 years ago. You can see these waters are not supposed to be here. This is just a normal field, but the evidence of this great flood can be found at this location, which has now been removed. You can see this location was completely flooded. In fact, in season 1, majority of this building was underwater. You can also find art in the building which shows life during the flood. You can see water everywhere. Notice these frogs as well. These are demon frogs who captured this location from an emperor. You see, when magic was brought to the island by Daigo's ancestors, they opened these giant portals connecting to the spirit realm. And this led to the arrival of a bunch of evil creatures, demons, and spirits to the Oninoshima Island. They captured a lot of location that used to belong to normal people and emperors, and this location was one of them. Now, to create more chaos on the island, we believe that these demons broke this dam that used to be on the same spot the current dam is located. And this caused a huge flood, but the humans did not give up. They fought back, and this all happened during the Shattering War. And after hundreds of years, the war finally came to an end. The humans defeated the demons, sent them back to the spirit realm, and closed all of the portals. Also banished magic from the island. And then the people on the island recreated this current dam, which has been holding back all of the water ever since. Now, Mizuki is telling us that this water dam might break again and flood the entire island. And I've got a feeling that it is not going to be the demons breaking the dam. This time around, it's going to be the heroes. And to understand this, we have to look back at what happened in chapter 4. Now, these two statues of the foxes has been near this dam ever since the start of the season. In that chapter 4 trailer, you might have noticed Mizuki was in it, and she was fighting this another organization. That organization is called the Fox Clan. The River Guards and the Fox Clan has been enemies for hundreds of years. The River Guards are basically the protector of oceans and river that surrounds the Fortnite island. It is believed that she has the power to control water. Now, after demons were banished to the spirit realm, Mizuki wanted the rivers and water to just flow naturally. But there was another clan controlling the island known as the Fox Clan. Its leader, Stray, is actually Mizuki's brother. He used to be part of the River Guard, but he left and joined the Fox Clan. And because of his fighting abilities, he moved up the rank and ended up becoming the leader of the Fox Clan. Stray disagreed with Mizuki. He wanted to control the water, and eventually he built this giant dam. And the River Guard has tried to destroy the dam a few times, but they have failed because of the Fox Clan, and ever since then, they have been fighting each other. And that battle continued in chapter 4, as you saw in the trailer. And here on the Oninoshima Island, it does not look like that battle is ever going to end because they're still fighting. But everyone was surprised when Mizuki was found in one of the outposts of the OXR. And everyone was confused. What was she doing there? And when he spoke with her, she kept repeating this very cryptic messages. Let's listen to that again.
A stopped river will overflow or burst through the dam. Water, when boiled, becomes steam. When frozen, it becomes ice. It nourishes and it drowns. In River Guard, we survive, we adapt. Whether it's the Fox Clan or the Great Flood.
Now, even though she's not elaborating what she's trying to say, but it's quite clear that she's saying that this dam is going to break and there's going to be a great flood. And since the Fox Clan isn't here to protect the dam, it looks like this might finally happen. And I don't think it's actually her plan to break the dam. I think it is the heroes. People like Hope, Jones, maybe Midas came up with this genius plan to flood the island. But how is that going to help? Now, if you look at the path, the water would flow if this dam were to break. Look at this path. The water would flow straight through this many hives that's scattered around the island, and then it would reach this main hive, completely destroying everything. And And if you look at this side right over here, destroying these mini hives and this corrupted outpost as well, and this whole of corrupted area, the academy. And if you move around this side right over here, this path leads straight towards Utopia City. And as you can see, this location is completely destroyed. I don't think it can be salvaged, so I believe they're going to flood this as well. I mean, this is the only way they can defeat these bugs, and the only way this island can be saved.